Hi, I'm Brien Lundin, and I'm at the Metals Investor Forum here in Toronto before the big PDAC mining conference. Joining me is Ian Klassen of Grande Portage Resources. And
yes, sir.
Ian, I have been following Grande Portage for a couple of years, but really looked at it a couple of years ago, and you were cash-strapped, had a great project. It was kind of small, but really a jewel box in terms of the grades that you were able to turn up. And I looked at it as, well, this is something that probably a private company should just go in and scoop out the high grade because you really weren't able to expand on it. But in the last year or so, you were able to raise money, go in, build what is already a sizable resource. And what I find exciting about it is the consistency, the repeatability of the high grade within the structures, which you have not fully exploited or explored, and yet the almost an echelon repeatability of those structures. So tell us a bit about what gets you most excited about, say, the year ahead and what you're going to be able to bring to this project and find on this project.
You bet, Brian. Thank you. We're really excited about this. We first secured an interest in the property in 2010. Building upon our resource calculation is a real priority for our management as well as our shareholders. In 2013, we were able to drill off an indicated resource of just shy of 200,000 ounces at 7 grams. We then went into a quiet period, as did most juniors, unable to raise money for exploration. We were able to rise up and drill again in 2017. Had a really, really good season. Again, hitting multiple veins with multiple meters and really nice high grade.
And what impressed me is you were already a high grade project, yet further drilling, which rarely ever happens, increased the average grade.
Indeed. And that brings us up to our most current calculation, which was filed last year, where we have 606,500 ounces at 10 grams indicated and 251,000 inferred at just over 14 grams.
And now we're getting to numbers that I think really excite investors, excite the audience, excite the market. But again, what you've already discovered, these high-grade structures, you're just barely scratching the surface of what you already know is there.
That's right. We're wedged between two north-trending tectonic plates that really give us about a kilometer of strike length at surface for all 5 of the east-west tracking veins that we've identified. We've only partially drill tested 3 of them and never to depth. We've only gone about 700 feet, 750 feet on average. Mesothermal veining is known in this area especially to go 3,500 feet or deeper.
And those kinds of grades, it's obviously economic to chase them at high depths.
Absolutely.
And just to set the picture, draw the picture for our audience, you have essentially basically a north trending property position, and these veins are going perpendicular east-west.
Correct.
And so you've got a set of veins. How many have you drilled so far?
We've drilled 3 in a partial manner. We have 5 readily identified. They're all very, very steeply dipping too.
And so each of these veins, you have much more to discover on those.
Absolutely.
And now you've discovered more to the south.
That's right. We ran a LiDAR survey, which is a very useful tool to identify various structures that the eye wouldn't necessarily catch. And so we've been able to expand the property portfolio with structures that are very, very similar to the identified veins up north, to about 1,400 meters to the southeast and about 400 meters to the northwest.
How many of these structures?
At least 16 new parallel structures,
really?
And they're set up exactly as the 5 that we know, about 225 meters apart from each other.
It just seems to me that it's amazing that nature created this such repeatability and consistency in the structures and the grade. Again, kind of setting this up, you've got multi-hundred thousands of ounces of really high grade over, say, 3 to 5 veins. You've got a potential multiple of those veins going to the south, and yet you could get to something that's just a world-class size of resource over just those 3 to 5 veins.
That's right. Never mind the extensions that we've been able to identify. That's
Have
correct.
you done any work on the extensions yet, or is that coming in the weeks ahead?
That's going to come in this next program. We've got
Yeah.
one that we're drilling off of pad N, which is our furthest south pad designed for this year. We're chasing what's called the elusive vein.
Great name, by the way.
Yeah.
I hope you found it.
I think we have.
Yeah.
We've got all the right surface signatures there, and we're seeing gold in quartz jutting up at surface. So we like what we're seeing.
So big year ahead,
Yep.
big exploration season ahead. We just added you to our recommended list in Gold newsletter,
Wonderful.
literally a couple of days ago. I don't even know if you've seen it yet. So we've added Grande Portage to our recommended list. I own the stock personally. Our readers are now getting into it. A number of other newsletter writers have added it in recent
Yes.
weeks. And it's still very early stages. The potential that you have to build not just resources, but extremely high-grade resources this season, I'm very excited about it.
Thank you, and so are we. Yep. Look forward to continuing the story.
Well, thank you, Ian, for giving us the story here. There's much more to come. I look forward to updating our listeners and readers in the months ahead.
Thank you, Brien.